Logical Zay. It's always more than one way to think about anything. King and Queens, I hope everybody's doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, staying to yourself. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Pop your issue in the comment section. I will be checking. Keep it respectful, no disrespecting. Remember, a slow grind is better than no grind. As y'all can see by the title, by the thumbnail, what we got going on, man. I'm not going to hold y'all. Let's get straight into it.
Dating apps have ruined this entire generation because everybody is under the illusion that there's limitless options out there. On one side, you have girls with 500 plus likes on Hinge, 300 DMs to go through, 86 unread text messages, offers to be flown out to LA for something, go on a 100-foot yacht in Miami, go to a really fancy dinner in Tampa. And on the other side, you have guys that are sending out 50 likes a day on dating apps, following a new girl every day on social media, sending DMs, texting people, Snapchatting people. It's this merry-go-round of dating and people talking to each other. Even if a date goes well, a girl can be like, wow, that guy was sweet, that dinner was amazing. Oh, but this one guy who just slid in my DMs is a little bit more attractive. He's got more clout. He looks more successful. Even though that date with that guy was great tonight, I'm going to ghost him.
I think women are hyped and high on the idea of being desired, and men love the chase. For those people who are, in that realm of not being satisfied with one person, or you're just going after this woman and that woman and this guy and that guy, and you want this attention from this guy, and you guys are chasing the attention from this woman, or you're going after this woman to get her attention, so on and so forth. But I think that's what it is. I think women love to be desired and men love to chase. It's that conquering thing. It's like, that wild animal. It's that lion when he's chasing after the gazelle, or he's that cheetah that's chasing after the gazelle, or that lion that's chasing after the zebra, or whatever it is he's hunting. It's that satisfaction. And now, of course, once that lion eats or whatever the case is, like, all right, I'm gonna leave this right here. Now I'm on to the next. It's kind of that same thing if you think about it. A lot of us lack discipline. I heard somebody say that men who can't settle down, or men that are always lusting, it's like a deep insecurity or whatever, which I kind of agree, but I disagree at the same time. But yeah.
Flip side, a guy can go, wow, I had a great date with that girl tonight. I'm glad I went. But this one girl I just matched with on Hinge is just my type. Let me ghost that girl that I just had a great date with. Think about 30 years ago when nobody had phones, nobody had social media. If you went on a really good date and you got home that night, you're spending the rest.
What? You spending the rest of your week thinking about that? You was geeked. You was overly hyped. Oh my God. You slept on that thought. You slept on that memory. Oh my goodness gracious. The day before you was excited. Yeah, social media definitely has damaged the way we think, the way we date, the way we look at dating. Dang, that's crazy. We exposed to too much. Do y'all believe that we're exposed to too many people? Put that in the comment section below.
Of the night thinking about that person. Nowadays, you go on a really good date, you come home, you scroll social media. Oh, that girl's hot.
Facts.
Ooh, new Hinge match. Ooh, that guy's attractive. Look at this DM. All of a sudden, the date that you went on that was really good, that you would love to follow up with, is no longer relevant, and you're on to the next one. And then we have the talking phase, which is something completely made up by our generation, where you could be texting somebody every day, you could be going on dates with them, you could be FaceTiming them at night, and then all of a sudden they hit you with, I'm actually talking to somebody else. You've been great, but thank you, gotta go. 30 years ago, before phones and social media, you would not have the physical ability to lead somebody on and then go, hey, I'm actually talking to somebody else who I'm not even dating, but I can't talk to you anymore, so I got a blast. Oh my God, there are so many things wrong with dating nowadays and social media and the way that our culture works. It's insane.
And obviously, and of course, please don't take this as this is a general statement. And the things that I'm saying, even the things that he's saying, I think it's subjective. No, everybody don't operate like this. No, everybody don't move like this. Don't think like this. Don't view relationships like this. It's still a lot of people who love, who go after what they want. Their intentions are there. And that's the key thing. I say this all the time on a lot of my videos. If your intentions are right and you know deep down what your heart desires and what you really want in a partner, you'll go after that no matter what. Guaranteed. But if you're just going to be chasing lust and attention, and you overly hyped up over, seeing a half naked, for the ladies, y'all see a guy with his shirt off, or a guy that's flashy, got a nice car, whatever the case may be, and you super intrigued by that and that only, it's a lot of that on the internet, and it will overload your brain to the point where you cannot see reality from social media.
To think about.
Social media ruined us, and I'm gonna say Instagram specifically. I seen my homeboy just make this post, and I agree 100%. We are only meant to meet between 5 to 10,000 people in our lifetime. Period. 5 to 10,000 people. Out of those 5 to 10,000 people, you're supposed to find your mate, your person, your soulmate, right? Right. Instagram has given us like the notion that people are disposable. Like we can just throw people away. I'll get another one. You won't though. You won't get another person. You very rarely find good people. Out of the 5 to 10,000 people that you're set to meet in your life without social media, how many of those do you think are actually like good people? Problem is, social media has romanticized everything, and it makes y'all think that everything is on the up and up.
I think if you meet great people on a consistent basis and things go wrong, you have to reevaluate the way you're viewing things, the way you're dating them, and maybe even break down or try to analyze your doings. Because maybe it was your fault. Maybe you just a jacked up person and you don't know how to appreciate a good person. If you can often get in a room, lay next to, become friends with a great person, and things tend to always go left, it's like, okay, maybe I need to look at what's going left. Because of course it's so easy to, to put that blame on somebody else and give them that credit. But it's a harder thing to take accountability and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm a jacked up boyfriend. Maybe I'm a jacked up girlfriend, right? Analyze yourself, really do some heavy thinking about that and try to fix that. Because a lot of times we're accustomed to our behavior. We think what we're doing is okay because we're so used to doing it. We have a certain pattern. And of course, somebody else can see our flaws before we can. It's kind of like people who curse a lot. You will curse so much and somebody will be like, dang, you curse like 5 times back to back. And they be like, huh? I ain't even realize. And it's like, it's because you're so used to it. And that's the same with the way you treat people. You have a pattern of treating people. You have a pattern of talking to people. When you get in relationships, you have these set ways, and it seems that nobody can break them. So they tend to just branch off and go about their own business and go about their way. And then you stuck like, hey, what did I do wrong? I mean, did you listen to the way you was talking to this person? Did you realize how you were acting in the midst of a conversation that was heated? And a heated conversation ain't always got to be an argument. It could just be a debate. It could be, I feel this way and you got your stance and so on and so forth. But it's always a way to meet in the middle. Maybe you don't know how to meet them in the middle. Maybe you just an arrogant, stubborn person that don't like to. I'm telling y'all, think about that. If you can always get in a room, get next to, you can find good people, but can you keep good people?
When it's not, that's not the reality of it. Find you somebody and go through something with. That's it. Social media has given us access to millions and millions and millions of people. Like, that's like an overload for us. Our brains can't even function. Our brains can't even process what we're actually seeing in real time. We just can't. We can't. There's no way we can decipher through what's good for us and what's not, what's bad for us and what's not, with all these options.
Clouded judgment.
Chances are you've already met your soulmate. Get off social media. Get out of La La Land. Figure some shit out with somebody. That's it.
Listen, once you realize social media is fake, you would be way better off. People get on these apps comparing their relationships to others, comparing themselves to others, and y'all don't even know what's going on off camera. People can be rich on camera but be broke in real life. People are only gonna post the good things that are going on. I just seen a woman get on this app and call her man broke in front of millions of people simply because he doesn't pay for trips and they don't do nothing fun. But he's a homeowner, he has a good paying job, but he simply has a lot of debt. So he has to put his money into his business, into what he has to pay for. But she got on the internet and called him broke simply because what she sees on the internet. Simply because he can't pay for the fun things. But he's handling his personal business off camera. So she sat on this camera right here and said he was broke in front of 1 million people. And it's embarrassing. Now, how do you think that video is going to make him feel?
And that speaks to the character flaw that I was talking about. What if this woman has a pattern? She has a pattern of getting good men and creating issues where there really isn't an issue. How about you contribute to what he's doing? Be an add-on, be an asset, not a liability. Maybe you can help him money manage. Maybe you could bring your money in and whatever he's making, y'all can be together with it. instead of you probably trying to drain him, most women want a man to take care of their lifestyle. They rather a man do everything than to go 50-50. If I got to go 50-50, ain't no point in me having no man. And it's just so mind blowing to me how if your rent is $1,200 and he's paying $600, that means you can save. I say it all the time. I really don't understand why y'all have that stance, why y'all have that mindset when it comes to 50-50, but whatever the case may be. But again, character flaw, check yourself, men and women. I'm not just calling women out, men too. I'm telling y'all, stop nitpicking at things that really could be fixed.
She called him broke on camera, but he's a homeowner, has a great job.
Crazy.
But he's paying off his debt. And then she had the nerve to say, oh, he has a great personality, though. He has a great personality, trying to butter it up. But you just called this man broke and put y'all business out there in front of a million people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Get off the internet, bro. For real.
What happened to the normal standards? Since when did everybody start expecting perfection at 20 years old? Social media has completely destroyed people's sense of reality. Now a guy in his 20s is expected to make 10 grand a month, drive a nice car, dress in designer, pay for absolutely everything, have a perfect lifestyle, and on top of that, somehow be emotionally perfect. While still being at university, still learning and studying, still building his life from absolute zero. When did all that become normal? Your parents did not expect that from each other. Your grandparents didn't expect that. People used to grow together. They used to start small and build something real over time. Nobody.
And also too, people used to meet when they were younger, when things were more simple. We don't have the time to learn to love people. We don't have time to have that moment of like really truly appreciating, because everybody is looking for something that they can benefit off of. I'm looking for somebody who could do this for my lifestyle. I'm looking for somebody that I can mooch off of. I'm looking for somebody that I can use. And I get it. If if you're useless, you're not useful. I get it. But don't over abuse or don't overuse somebody or don't misuse somebody. But to what he's saying, when you're younger, dating is just way more simple. You just don't have any high expectations because you don't have any bills. You're not looking for anybody to do anything for you, but just be good to you. Like really just be a good hearted person to you. Just love me, be kind, be sweet, great conversation, so on and so forth. Man, high school dating was so simple. Dating was simple. You put on a cool fit. You open the door for her. Y'all have, y'all go eat and laugh a little bit, stuff like that. And it just was simple, man. And you just got them butterflies and she looking at you and you looking at her. And it's just not like that anymore.
He expected a 22-year-old man to be financially established. He wasn't even done studying. And here's the crazy part. These standards don't come from real life. They're coming from edits, TikTok reels, and Instagrams. From a highlight of the top 1% of the world pretending to be the average. So if you're a guy and you feel pressured by that, breathe. Don't let the internet make you feel behind. You're not supposed to be that rich at 20.
Thanks.
I mean, if you are, that's great. But you're supposed to be learning, growing, falling, trying, and improving, and in the end, building. If you want to use the pressure as motivation, that is absolutely great. Let it push your sail, but not sink your ship. Let it fuel your ambition that you've got, but not destroy your peace. Because the moment you start building out of insecurity, you'll build the wrong life.
Powerful words, man. I like that. I'm going to end this video right here. To all the homies that's watching me, man, listen, lock in with yourself. Don't put yourself in a position where you're relying on a woman to maintain a lifestyle. You find a girl who's doing a little better than you and you move into her apartment. You move into her home. Don't do that. You drive in her car. Don't do that. Focus and lock in on getting your own. It's the most satisfying, most amazing feeling ever to be able to have something of your own, to get an apartment on your own, to go get a car on your own, to even pay on these things. And I know sometimes it could be such a burden in a sense, right? Because it's like, God, dog, I got bills. But putting yourself in a position where you could pay bills, I don't know why, man, but to all the homies that know, they know, it's a great feeling to know that I was able to pay this bill. I'm doing decent enough for myself where I could pay this bill and I can still go kick it with my bros. I can pay this bill and I can still go out and buy some shoes if I want. Set yourself up to make sure that you don't need anybody. Make sure that you got yourself before anything. That's the most important. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Excuse me. Love, peace, and prosperity. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevate until we hear the head. We ain't bleeding. Yes, spread love, not hate. I see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Go on.